What's going on, everybody? Zane here. I am a realtor here in Orlando, your go-to guy for all things Florida. However, we're coming at you with a slightly different look today.
Baila conmigo, mujer, que la noche solamente comienza. En tu mirada puedo ver lo que piensas. Una belleza más. Baila conmigo, mujer.
How to move out of your parents' house with little to no money. If you're here and you're thinking about moving out of your parents' house, comment below, let me know where you're from, and let me know why you're thinking about moving. I was in the same boat a couple years ago, graduated college in May of 2021, and I knew that I was ready to fly the coop. All love to my dad, to my stepmom, my whole family watching this, because it wasn't anything they did. I was just ready to be my own person, live in my own space, have that complete freedom that, quite honestly, you just can't get if you're living at home. Don't feel bad if you have all your needs met at your home and you still want to leave. There's a level of freedom, there's a level of having your own place and not having to worry about if I come back in too late, if I bring anybody over. It's nice not to have to worry about running that by anybody else. If you're looking to get out of your parent guardian's house, whatever your current living situation is, but maybe you don't have much money saved up at all, maybe you don't know where to start, this is the video for you. We're gonna go over 4 major points that should serve as a nice starter guide on how you can move out of your current living situation with little to no money. Number 1, what is your why? And you might be thinking, well, of course I know why, I'm tired of living at home, I want to be an individual, all the things I just mentioned. Here's the reason I'm really pressing that upon you. I'm sure you've seen a lot of YouTube videos of these influencers that move out of their parents' house and they move into an NY penthouse suite, or they go to some super nice apartment in the middle of LA. If you click this and you see the title, this is for little to no money. Guys, we're not leaving our living situation and going to some awesome penthouse suite in the middle of New York. So you really have to think about your why, because when you are living in this new place that maybe isn't everything that you would have loved to have had in your new living situation, it's gonna be easy for those thoughts to creep in like, well, what if I just move back? Maybe just for a little bit, maybe just so I can save up a little more money. Those thoughts are gonna come up, especially if you're coming and you don't have a super stable job or whatever have you for when you're coming to your new place. You have to lean on that why and say, you know what, I remember X, Y, and Z reason for me. Like I said, I really love this independence, and I say, you know what, I really do not want to give this up. So point number 1, think about your why and really get specific on why you want to get out of your current living situation, so that when you're in your new living situation, and maybe if it's not everything you're hoping it would be, you can remember your why and not fold, so that you can get all the way to a really amazing independent life that you're striving to live. Point number 2, and that is, where do you want to live, right? This getting a little more fun, a little more enjoyable to think about. Think about your wants and your personal needs when it comes to your new living situation. You're going from one option, the house you've grown up in for however many years, on that street corner that you know so well, you met so many friends on, in the little town with all the kids you went to high school with and everybody you've hung out with for the past however many years, to literally anywhere else in the world. You have to think, what are your own specific personal wants and needs? Are you going to want to live in the city right in the middle of the action? If you really, really need to live in a specific city right in the middle of it, in the downtown, it's not going to be cheap. I'd be hard pressed to find a downtown situation, big city situation out there that is inexpensive when compared to the suburbs outside of it, right? I live about 25 minutes from downtown Orlando, 20 minutes from Disney World. I really love where I live because it's a suburb and it's some traveling to get to that downtown area or to get over to Disney World. But I also don't have to pay as much as I would if I lived right next to Disney World, if I lived in downtown Orlando. Think about your own personal wants and needs about where you want to live. And once you think about that, then you can start thinking about a specific state or a specific city within that state that you want to live at. Once you decide, okay, I want to live in a big city, I want to live somewhere where everything's happening, you start going, okay, well, how's Miami looking? How's New York City looking? How's Los Angeles, Houston? Beyond all that, maybe you want to live rural. Maybe you can live literally anywhere because you're doing some sort of remote job. The world is your oyster, and you probably won't have to pay too much because you'll be living in an area that's fairly rural. So think about your wants and your needs in your new living situation before you get into, okay, this city or this state. Number 3, and I'm sure this is the one that a lot of you guys have questions about. What do you need to make your move happen? There's a conventional way to go about things, and then there's an unconventional way to go about things. If you're gonna move in a mostly conventional manner, you're gonna be wanting things like a decent credit score, some sort of offer letter for your new job, or a proof of employment, and you're gonna need to have some money saved for a security deposit. This is if you do the conventional method of going to a landlord or a leasing office, filling out a rental application, and then they're gonna check your credit score, they're gonna check your employment, they're gonna make sure that you can pay the security deposit for the first, possibly last month's rent as well, depends on the place. And then the landlord or leasing office will approve you to be a tenant. However, and this is for a lot of you guys that are maybe thinking, well, Zane, I'm coming to this video because it says how to move out with no money. So I got nothing. What do I do now? Got no money, got no credit score, whatever have you. That's where the unconventional method comes in. Unconventional method, you're gonna wanna go on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. You're gonna wanna even get into some community groups, maybe in the area that you wanna live in on Facebook, and just reach out to them and say, hey, is anybody renting out a room? Go on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is so awesome because you can find rooms on Facebook Marketplace that are for rent, not even whole places. If you go on Zillow or apartments.com or whatever have you, it's mostly gonna be vacant properties or properties where the tenant is about to move out and they need someone new to move in. You're trying to find a residence all for yourself. For a lot of you guys that maybe are just trying to get out of your current living situation and you don't have much money, you just want to make it happen, you go on a place like Facebook Marketplace, and a lot of times someone will be renting out a room. They're not going to require a security deposit, not going to require a credit check, not going to require any of that stuff. They're just going to say, hey, here's my phone number, give me a call and start paying me to live in this room. So that's a situation. You give them a call, maybe they'll run a background check on you, but they're not going to press you over your credit score, over the money you have. They're just going to say, hey, I need you to sign this rental agreement so that if you don't pay, I can legally evict you, and let's get this thing going. And in those situations, especially for those of you out there that don't have that much savings, that may not have a credit score and so on, that's what you're looking for. If you want to get out of your current living situation into a new living situation, then you probably are going to have to rent out a room, maybe in a house that already has other people living in it. But again, if you do your homework, if you make sure that you're moving into somewhere safe, somewhere with other people that you are going to feel comfortable living with, then you're going to be in really good shape. Final point, guys, number 4, and this one is arguably the most important. You got to set the intention and make it happen. Moving out is oftentimes people's first real independent action. Even for me, going to college was something that my family kind of pushed me to do. This decision, a lot of times, is one that you have come up with yourself, that you have come to the conclusion your current living situation isn't what you're looking for and you're ready to move on. You have to set this intention yourself and make it happen. It's not mom and dad's responsibility to call the leasing offices, to call the Facebook Marketplace people that are offering homes, to call the electric company and the water company to make sure your electric and water is turned on for your new place when you move in. This is you deciding to start a new independent life for yourself. And in that, you have to set the intention and make it happen on your own. If there's one thing that I have learned in moving out and living on my own, it's that it's on you. This whole life thing, making it work, making yourself better and making your life better, it's on you to do what is necessary to get to where you want to be. And moving out is just the first step in doing all that. If you're on this video right now, give yourself some love because you're already doing some of that research. All right, you're on YouTube, you're getting curious, you're getting informed on what you have to do to move out. So guys, there is your 4 major points when it comes to moving out with little or no money. Think about your why, especially if you don't have a ton of money. Your why is going to be what you lean on in times of a little financial struggle, in times of homesickness. You got to think of where you want to go, get really specific on your wants and your personal needs, and then tackle the exact geographical locations that fit those wants and needs the best. What you need to make it happen, again, you got the conventional route and the more unconventional route. The 4th point, set the intention and make it happen. Even if you don't have a ton of money saved up, even if you're not totally sure about your job situation, guys, I've shown you there's plenty of methods to go to make this move happen. I'm Zane the realtor here in Florida. If you're thinking about buying a home, selling a home in Florida, hit your boy up. I'd love to chat with you and learn more about you. So guys, thank you so much for checking into this video. Now that we've finished, drop a comment and let me know, where are you thinking about moving to? I would love to hear it. I appreciate you guys checking in. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Baila conmigo, mujer, que la noche solamente comienza.